Upstream.
Listen clearly now. Hello? Can you hear me now? Can I have it like that? Can I have it like that? Can I have it like that? So, drop your purse and grab your hips and act like you're trying to get this money right quick. So, can I have it like that? Can I have it like that? This beat is zoning. I control your mind from straight over the phone. Let them explore the words, something like a tourist, and never get addicted. Let's from Louis Deals to Jimmy Choo's, he's real. You know the times she sees the Richard Mille. Flat double skeletal, tourbillon. It's just like a bike move, it turns it on. And all our car doors go up like Transformers. See, I can do it this way.
Okay, I'm going to draft. I need to. No, I'm not gonna do it. Right, Dan, I forgot to do something. This apple sticker. I got 2 apple stickers. We had 100 subscribers.
Can I have it like that?
You got it like that.
Can I have it like that?
You got it like that.
Can I have it like that?
Okay, so I'm going to do fantasy draft. Okay, now. Go. I want the Raptors.
Should I mention the fact that transition is the track? No incision to the vision just to get me where I'm at. Little skateboard, he's too grown. Riding up and down Collins in that new two-tone. It's so cold, you don't want to feel the chill of it. Just stand back and just look at the grill of it. I don't, but I bet. Appeal of it. You can be jealous and grit your teeth. All these got something to reach. So I'm going here, keep fun heat while I'm on my boat party, trying to sunset. My name is Skate Boy P. Ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, it's hard.
Can I have it like that?
Like that. Who should I get? I should get Larry. Ow.
Can I have it like that? Assorted flavors in these gelatos, inspire young minds and stack my nacho with the right determination of a vato. Run across the border with this poncho, face like when it's busting. Planning these things till I die when the holy father handed my wings when I was young.
I need a big man, so I drafted him. Okay, so now I need a forward.
Both residential displaced and
Sean Momo.
I can go back in time, you be Judge Ito. I know you think Anito, it repeats the minute, something like a TiVo, but it's 300,000 more with no
He's good because he
can
shoot.
I used to be with Tito, but he clowned me and told me that my mosquitoes. Now the Enzo doors go up like a D-Lo. Rion, same song sung on my man Nigo. That's a law.
Karen Butler. Let's go with Evan Turner. PJ Tucker.
So ill, better yet, Dobby, just tell me how you feel.
They can shoot, so they're supposed to be big men. They can be big men because I got 2 guards. Oh gosh, for my secondary, so bad. Do you think I could take? I'll take Ray Allen for a score. Woo! And then I'll take Kevin Garnett.
Now it ain't about what I want, still thumbing through my life like. It's one thing to say that you did it. It's one thing to lie about your digits. It's one thing to say that you live it. It's another to admit it. But I admit I got all this paper, just the prettiest faces that's offered by nature. I drive a case, but excuse me, Casper. Wanna meet him in my house, I got space like NASA. It'll make me happier by itself, it's sadder. I like my sister Stace when she lost her papa. I've been there, getting a stroke and nothing to trap her. John could do what's ironic but true. A man dies, baby born as fair as Peru. It's a simple clue between us and imposters. We hop in the air and don't care what it costs us. Now I'm with a nerd with a pit full of marshes. I guess you could say that we fly like saucers. Zapping that, we're classing that vigor. They catching crash whippers, the flashing mag gripper. Go ahead and say it. Close your eyes, just picture yourself just holding pies. Implement a plan and you slowly rise. That's promised by the man that controls the skies. You see, I know it's so ill. Better yet, doggy, just tell me how you feel. How you feel, dog? We just picture, thinking, dreaming, scheming. Reading all in the late night, shaking, oiling, lacing, baking, shaping, shaving. Gotta get this cake right as I serve it. You just burn it, breathe it, learn it. Now watch you take flight. How does it feel? Yes, sir. You don't know me.
Not happening.
Feeling the heat up in the street, rocking the beat. Step up in the, take me to my reserve seat. Coming around, all up surround me. So much to drown me, making feeling the funk, blazing. Stay hitting with that blow a hole in your trunk, afraid of us.
The 2K Sports pregame show, sponsored by Sprite.
They have King Duncan and Chris Bosh. That was a stupid move, my man.
Welcome, everybody, to the day we've all been looking forward to. The start of a new NBA season on 2K Sports. I'm Kevin Harlan, and joining me to provide the analysis for what's sure to be another exciting year, Steve Kerr, the sharpshooter, and Clark Kellogg. Looking at the starting five for the Atlanta Hawks. Patrick Beverley out there with Matthews. Then it's Green. Then there's Duncan. And it's Bosh in at the center. And Gibson kicks to Hibbert. Now the dish to Gallinari. Gets a very good look and converts. Gallinari's got his team on the board to start the game for Toronto. Toronto on defense. And I think Doris Burke has something for us right now. Doris?
I had a chance to talk with head coach Mike Budenholzer. They'll be up against one of the true giants of the league in Roy Hibbert. And he talked about how impressed he is with Hibbert's dedication to improving his game, saying he's gotten better year after year. And now is one of the guys you have to account for, really, at both ends of the floor. Defensively, you've got to get low and try to root him out of the paint. And then on offense, we'll probably look to put him in pick and rolls to test his mobility. Seems like a smart strategy, guys. We'll see how they do.
And thank you, Doris. And the shot is good. Harden's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball.
Kyle Lowry, an inside-outside scoring threat. He's become a deadly three-point shooter. Despite his relatively short stature, he's able to drive inside and finish effectively because of that great strength.
And that one's good. Duncan. And in the first, a little over a minute and a half in. Lowry passes to Hibbert. Stolen by Bosh. The drive by Green. Outside Matthews. Bosh dishes to Matthews. Kicks it to Beverley. From 11 feet away. Here's Duncan. Bosh trying to free himself up. Duncan misses. And here's Toronto. Inside to Hibbert. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and two shots coming up. And for Lowry, not much of an in-between game. But
Oh, you Hibbert. Oh, my God. You need to...
Gets to that rim and beyond the arc. That's really where he makes his head.
There you go.
And as long as you can do it the way he does, which is often and with efficiency, the mid-range game is something you can work on later.
Now here's Beverley. There's the block, and they're able to recover. And just under 2.5 minutes elapsed here in the first. And Lowry gets it to go.
How in the world did they let him get that wide open?
The Hawks trail by 5. And Beverley kicks to Bosh, and he converts the layup. Bosh has got his first 2 points of the night.
I like the fact that he led his teammate right to the ideal spot. You don't always throw it to your teammate. You throw it to where he needs to be.
Out of bounds, Atlanta takes possession.
And a moment here now to see the numbers for Duncan. Great year for him last year. Averaged about 15 points a game last year. 9 rebounds and 3 backup big to rotate in. And that's exactly what he's given this club.
You know, to be able to match up with other bigs when going to the bench, I think it's a must-have option for strong NBA teams if you're going to compete and contend for possible championships. The Raptors one of the top defensive teams in the league last season. Not something we've historically associated with this franchise, but give credit to Dwayne Casey and his staff. I mean, they've got this young team competing at that end of the floor. And that's where it starts if you're going to be good defensively. You've got to want to play at that end of the floor.
Here's Beverley. After Toronto picking up the basket just moments ago. And there's the rejection. And it's out of bounds for the Hawks as Atlanta retains possession.
Well, Kevin, we've got a moment now to look back to last year's Atlanta Hawks. 2nd in assists, 6th in free throw percentage. And they were in the top 10 in steals as well. I mean, this is a team that really gets after people defensively. Deflections, pressure on the ball, all of that leads to steals.
And the key really to that club, in my mind, was the offensive unselfishness. This was a team, as you mentioned, Clark, that finished in the top 5 in assists per game. So it was the fact that they really shared the ball. They had good ball movement and a good plan of attack all season long.
They've done a terrific job rebounding here so far, allowing no second chance points.
Lowry has the open look. And again, Toronto with the triple.
Well, you can't leave him alone, especially from long range.
The Hawks trail by 8. Beverly the pass to Duncan. It's stolen by Lowry. And here's the fast break. Gallinari leading the
Oh my God.
Well, they had a pretty good grasp of the game plan coming into this one. That's been very apparent.
And anytime a team gets a double-digit lead in the first quarter, Steve, you could be headed for blowout city.
Kyle Lowry, an unrestricted free agent this offseason. Last year playing really well in a contract year. Question is, can he maintain that level of play now with this new deal?
And now the first timeout called here for the Hawks. And Lowry, one of the more underrated players in the NBA, but he's also gotten into it with coaches in the past too.
Yeah, you know, some locker room concerns, he can rub folks the wrong way, but I tend to always want to give the player the benefit of the doubt in this situation until you know for sure what the issues are. Nothing wrong with a little sandpaper coming from a player that's out there competing.
Here's what Toronto's going with right now. Kevin Garnett is checked in for Hibbert. Allen comes in for Taj Gibson. Sean Livingston, he's checked in for James Harden. Nash is subbed in for Kyle Lowry.
Boy, they've gone on this run, and ball movement has been a big key.
Yeah, they have the defense on the run right now because every pass seems to have a purpose. They're getting great movement, great spacing, and they're really lining them up defensively.
Now, here is Ford. And now let's have a look at the teams that were last year's best from the free throw line. 5th, the Raptors.
I think free throw shooting can be contagious, and it seemed like everybody last year.
I don't get that. I don't get that.
And he sinks the second. 1:10 left to play here in the first. Nash dishes to Garnett.
Oh, that's not who I wanted to pass it to.
Here's Burke. And so he earns a trip to the line.
That was no foul. Didn't even touch him.
And look at how the hustle game has been going for the Raptors.
Well, Kevin, in the first half of play, they're really closing out aggressively, blocking shots, a key indicator of their activity defensively.
Another big aspect of their game tonight has been the fast break transition opportunity. They're really keeping it up tempo so far.
I need to start giving it to Ray Allen, dude.
Last season, there were a handful of teams jockeying for that final playoff spot in the East, and the Hawks were right there in the middle of it and ended up snagging the 8th seed and then scared the Pacers in round 1.
And although the Hawks would end up being the only sub-500 team to make the playoffs, they put on quite a show when they got there.
Nash with the bucket.
I couldn't have dreamt of a much better start than what they've had here today.
Everything's worked, especially offensively, and what a lead they have already to show for it.
Now here's Burke. And it's Brand atop the key. Passes it to Burke. Dishes at the box. That one falls coming off Burke's feet. Well, Atlanta was able to push Indiana to 7 games before falling out of the playoffs. Certainly proved they deserve to be there.
And they did it without being at full strength, Kevin. I mean, Al Horford was out most of the season with that torn pectoral muscle. And just to be able to put up that kind of fight against Indiana was a comfortable matchup for the Hawks. Shooting threes, spreading the floor, playing small ball. And they gave Indiana all they wanted and then some.
5 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Takes a 3, down to 5 on the shot clock. Now, here is Gallinari. Here's Allen, and down it goes. Dunked through off a wonderful assist.
They built a big lead here early.
Both defensively and offensively. They've been terrific right from the tip.
Let's go, we're up.
It's a Halloween broadcast of the NBA. Marc Gasol and the Memphis Grizzlies go up against the Indiana Pacers this Friday, 7 o'clock Central.
And we welcome you back. Glad to have you with us as more basketball is on the way. During the break, the players getting refueled with
Thank
Gatorade.
y'all.
They're looking amped up and ready to get going once again. And for the Raptors, this has been the game they wanted to have.
Boy, a ton of threes in that first quarter. This team really lighting it up, guys.
Yeah, it's been an onslaught from downtown.
This is how the floor looks for the Hawks starting the second quarter. Bogdanovich out there with Duncan. Then there's Trey Burke. Then it's Elton Brand. And it's Ridnour in at the two-guard spot. And so he draws the foul on the shot clock. Gets to the line to shoot two.
Kyle Larry.
Trey Burke, the National College Player of the Year as a sophomore at Michigan, led the Wolverines team to the 2013 national title game.
Yeah, the guy's a winner. I mean, he won a state title in high school and then a national title with his AAU team before so much success in Michigan. That's what you love about him.
And that one falls for Burke.
And Trey Burke, coming out of Northland High School in Columbus, had not been a big-time recruit. Most scouts came to see his teammate at the time, Derek Sullivan. But they soon learned about Alfonso Clark Burke III.
Okay, second one.
And Toronto making a change. Hibbert's checked in. Burke hits them both.
When you look at Burke, not the biggest or the most athletic, but he's mentally beyond his years. He compares his game to Chris Paul, and while he's not there yet, he's
Kyle Larry needs to learn how to get handles.
orchestrate an offense and make good things happen for his team.
And Duncan throws it down hard.
Kyle Larry needs to learn how to get handles. Like,
I mean, he didn't waste any time getting down before it did it.
Lowry kicks to Allen. Fly. And again,
Three.
Toronto with the triple.
The D has gotten a little lax defending the three-point shot at that end.
Agreed, Clark. They poured in 3 of the last 5 baskets on pretty open looks behind the arc.
Now here's Burke. And there's the feed to Brand. The jump hook. The rebound by Gibson.
You'd expect him to nail that one being that close to the hoop.
The three from Harden. And he gets it to go. Harden's got 10 points in the game.
Third three in a row right there. Adjustment time for the defense, guys.
Atlanta calls timeout. Matthews, he's just in for Burke.
Let's take a look at Wesley Matthews, some stats for him. How his season went last year. He averaged about 16 points a game, 3 rebounds, and 2 assists. I'm sure he's happy with the way things have been going. Those are some nice, steady numbers.
Well, how could he be unhappy about him, Steve? I mean, he'd probably like to see just a little more of an uptick in him, just the same, but nothing to not be content about there.
Now let's go to Doris Burke. Doris.
Well, guys, Kevin Garnett is at the tail end of what has been a Hall of Fame career. Doc Rivers won a title with him in Boston and simply can't say enough. As Coach Doc says, I get very emotional. He's the best teammate, the most unselfish superstar I've ever been around. Every coach should be able to coach KG just once to see what a true team player should be. Kevin, what a compliment.
A guy you love to play with and hate to play against. Doris, thanks. Raptors in the city of Toronto is up to host the All-Star Game in 2016. Toronto has already contributed $500,000 to help host the event.
Well, you know, the city is one of the great cities in the world.
It is.
And they're excited. That city's excited to showcase itself as an entertainment destination. And for the NBA, a chance to make further inroads in the hockey-obsessed country of Canada. I think that play sort of sums up what we've seen throughout. Just simply being outplayed both sides of the ball. Smart basketball defensively turning into quick points.
And that's not going to be able to continue if they hope to get back into this game, Clark. It's a deflating play for your morale.
Here's Ridnour after the made shot from Kyle Lowry and the wide open shot from Green. Brand, good.
Really tough to get that shot off with the size differential there. It's not an individual matchup he's going to win every time, especially in the post.
Very well done. I didn't think he had any business operating down there with the big fellas.
And here's Harden for 3. And there's the foul. Goes on Taj Gibson. That's his first foul. And as usual, he's the one directing traffic out there, making sure Steve everyone is in the right spot.
Exactly. And the way he keeps all 5 guys on the court working in perfect harmony is, I think, part of what makes him so valuable.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it, Steve. I mean, he's got a perfect understanding of the system at both ends of the court, and he's always talking out there. Any good leader is usually not only setting an example, but being verbal too. He's been one of their more reliable options today, guys. I mean, his shooting has led them to this lead.
And along with the All-Star game, the Raptors looking forward to a rebrand next season, new colors. They consider blue and white like the shoulder professional team, the Toronto Huskies. Black and gold in another direction.
Toronto leading by 23. Here's Harden on the wing. That falls. Nice lead that time from Kyle Lowry. 14 points for James Harden.
You know, there's no better sign of how efficiently a team is operating than their assist numbers. And theirs are fantastic.
It's just beautiful basketball to watch, Clark.
Now, here's Green. Brand passes to Ridnour. Green against Hibbert. The drive by Green, and Hibbert with the block. Now running, here comes Lowry, pushing the ball up. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the strike for two. Luke Ridnour picks one up.
The Hawks having plenty of trouble defending against Lowry.
He's got 8 points, and he's knocked down a pair of three-pointers in this game, too.
Well, they might want to think about setting a few more screens for him to try to give him another open look or two. Roy Hibbert really an all-around contributor at the center position. An elite rim protector who can pass, post up, and even knock a shot down from the high post. He really does a lot of things to help you win.
Here's what Toronto's going with right now. Kevin Garnett is in for Hibbert. Alan comes in for Taj Gibson. And it's Livingston in for Allen. None of the defenders wanted anything Clark to do with him on that jam.
And I do not blame him at all, partner. He was coming in with a bunch of steam and was ready to posterize whoever decided to get in his way.
All right, I understand, fellas, but come on. You've got to challenge him a little bit at least.
And Lowry gets it to go. And Hibbert with the nice soft touch on that hook shot. With his height, you're not going to block that one.
You're exactly right, Jeff. He's got a really nice touch. One of the better free throw shooters among big men in the league as well.
Atlanta calls timeout.
James Harden with those rush hour handles, whether it's breaking his man down in isolation or running the pick and roll, he keeps that thing on the string.
Steve Nash, he's checked in for Kyle Lowry. Bogdanovich, he's checked in for Atlanta. They'll get another chance. From deep, Gallinari can't get it to go. And Atlanta will come the other way. Next up will be a home game matched up against the Pacers. That game will be a quick pit stop before hitting the road again. Let's catch up with Doris from the sideline.
Hi, guys. I had a chance to find out what Mike Budenholzer was discussing with his guys. He urged them to do everything possible to create open looks for each other. Talked about setting picks, running more set plays, anything to shake free of that defense. He also wants them to concentrate on working as a team at the offensive end. Passing, patience, and teamwork. Those were the messages. Guys, they've got a decent hole to dig themselves out of, but still a lot of time left to do it. We'll see if those adjustments help.
Always great to hear from you, Doris. Ian Harden, a left-hander. Defenders tend to have more trouble, it seems, guys, with softballs.
Well, and especially with Harden because of how crafty he is. He's got that Manu Ginobili Euro move, the change of speed, change of direction, and then the strength. I mean, that's what separates him. He draws contact and seems to just go right through players.
Here's Bogdanovich, the rim-rattling two-handed jam.
Now that is a quick bucket. Pretty good in transition.
That's right. That's exactly right. He loves when he gets the chance to get out and run. That's when he's at his best.
Here's Nash. Bounces high off the rim and drops. Nash has got his second bucket. 8 seconds left now here in the second. Now 4. The 18-footer is right on the mark. Out of bounds, Atlanta will take possession.
Boy, did they ever make a mess out of that one. Terrible foul.
He gets it up. Burke. And through the first half, a pretty...
Hey, Kevin, well, Coach Casey, obviously it's early in the season, but I would...
Welcome back, everyone, to the start of the second half. Big margin on our hands, but we'll see if that gap narrows down in the third and fourth quarters.
points for Harden here. He's got 17 points, and he's got 9 points from behind the arc.
Yeah, that's been an important part of his game today. He's made his open looks.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for the second half of basketball. So the Raptors 5 right now. We've got Harden. Roy Hibbert is out there with Taj Gibson. Then there's Gallinari. And it's Lowry in at the one.
How is that a freaking...
Look at Patrick Beverly, and I think he embodies the phrase Chicago tough. He's relatively unknown growing up and hooping in the playgrounds of West Chicago. He's always played the game with an edge, though, and that served him well as an NBA player.
Oh my God.
Beverly learned pressure defense back in high school as the lead guard in a 1-2-2 press. To prepare his team to play that way, his coach had them running stairs, running around the school nonstop for an hour every day. And Beverly still fanatical about his conditioning.
And he's good on the second. And so Patrick Beverly, taken in the second round in 2009. Clark, the final cut of training camp by the Miami Heat. He spent the next 5 years playing in Greece and in Russia.
You're right, Kevin. Those are physical leagues where they allow a lot of contact. His defense was how he survived. Even now, that's his bread and butter. That's how he plays. He defends. They've gotten a bunch of good looks and have been absolutely lethal from behind the three-point line.
Yeah, you got to get some bodies out there defensively, though. I mean, things are way too easy out beyond the three-point arc.
And Lowry gets it to go.
Perfect on their first 3 shots now. That's the way to start the second half.
Lowry's gone 5 for 5 shooting here tonight. And here in the second half of play, we're just over a minute in. And he gets it to go.
They are not rotating nearly quickly enough.
Even if it costs them some foul trouble. I mean, they need to start putting some bodies on bodies. Be physical.
Now here is Lowry. 15 points in the game. Good. That's 23 points for James Harden.
And still perfect here in the second half. 4 for 4 from the field.
Now here's Beverly. Lowry covering. Bosh going around him. Toronto grabs the miss. Lowry's got 3 rebounds now in this one.
And they got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but in the rebounding department too, Clark.
Yeah, it's been a really gritty performance. They'll have some bruises to show for it, but that's the way it should be. You should feel that you've competed when you do that work inside.
And Atlanta has possession after the Raptors pick up 2. Matthews into the lane, and he's right to catch it with a big dunk of his own.
Gotta love the use of the bounce pass there. Perfect feed.
Harden dishes to Gibson. It's his first trip to the line. First one falls for him. Well, the Hawks were in a bit of transition last year, that phase of their development. But one area that they really struggled was getting wins on the road.
And that's always hard to do. They were very average away from home this season, right in the middle of the playoff pack.
Ray Allen, he's checked in for Toronto. Now, here's Green. Feeds to Beverly. Lets it go with the 3. Good. Beverly's got 6 in the quarter.
Guys, they've had a solid start to the second half offensively. Gotten good looks, and they've made 3 out of 4 of them.
Here's Lowry. And, yep, and the drop tip rolling around the rim. Lowry's got 17.
This is a fantastic run to start this second half.
And Beverly kicks to Green. Wants to get it to Matthews and does. The fader. And again, it's Atlanta.
And I'm not really sure that's the time for the fadeaway jumper, but he gets it to go.
Toronto's gone 2 of 2 from long range in the third quarter so far. Lowry kicks to Allen. No good with the triple.
You know, even though he missed that one, great shooters have a way of feeling when they've got enough room to pull the trigger.
Yeah, not enough defensive coverage there to prevent him from firing that time. But yeah, I think if he's open, he's got to let that thing fly.
Great job to hit his teammate on that move, Kevin.
Toronto, they've gotten 6 of their 7 shots to go down in this quarter. What a fantastic start to the half. Gallinari passes to Lowry. He feeds it to Gibson. Back to Lowry. The pass to Gallinari. Pocket 6. Shoots the 3. Ray Allen, and that's good. Allen's got 17.
Boy, I tell you what, he's having one of those days where if he takes it, he makes it.
And Beverly kicks to Duncan.
Ah,
And it's Toronto with the rebound. Gallinari's got his 3rd rebound tonight.
Well, Danilo Gallinari back in action after missing all of last season.
let's go. 3 points.
9 months later, it was decided that he needed an ACL reconstruction as well, so it's been a tough couple of seasons.
Oh,
There's the call on Kyle Lowry. That's
that
foul
had to
number
hurt.
2 for him. Some changes for Toronto. Kevin Garnett, he's checked in for Hibbert. Livingston comes in for Taj Gibson. And it's Nash in for Kyle Lowry. And the Hawks will go for a different look here. Elton
Sup,
Brand
one
checked in for
streamer.
Duncan. Bogdanovich comes in
What's
for
up, one?
Jeff Green. Randy
You
Foy
were.
is checked in for Wesley Matthews. And Trey Burke subbed in for Patrick Beverly.
And for Gallinari, pretty mobile for a 6'10 player. But coming back from major knee surgery, that's usually a 1.5-year process. We'll have to see how that impacts his game going forward.
Hawks shooting in this game, 45%. Now, here's Burke, guarded closer. Foy, the pass to Bogdanovich. They grabbed their own miss. Toronto's gotten 12 of their points from long range in the 3rd quarter, going 4 of 5 shooting. Nash, again, Toronto. The Gallinari that came into the NBA as a great 3-point shooter.
Yeah, Fortnite automatically deleted itself for me.
Year after year, as he became, Steve, more of a slasher.
Yeah, and he might look to rewind and go back to that outside shot more as his knee takes time to get back to 100%.
Here's Bosch. Steve Nash making his last shot.
Been a real difficult game for him offensively, and it's cost
About 7 seconds separating.
Oh,
the
not
shot
you, you idiot.
Fast break for Atlanta. Foy with the ball. And it's off the back rim. No good. This could get even more out of hand if they continue to put up points.
What an offensive performance it's been. Well, as they continue to dominate, you wonder just how much higher this lead might get.
I think it really could get out of hand, and you can credit their defense just as much as their offense for that.
4 seconds left. And that one's good. Foy's got 5. And here's Gallinari outside. Buried from outside. But I don't know. I think we may see a review here. It's pretty close. And not so fast. The officials are going to check that shot again. And
I don't think he did it.
Go to the 4th.
And a good job by the officials getting together and going to the replay. I mean, remember how frustrating it was before the rule was implemented? To see a replay.
It was gone. It was off.
Yeah,
It was
think
off.
The straw that finally broke the camel's back, Clark, was in the 2002 Western Conference Finals. Remember
It was
the
off.
Lakers
It was
beat
off. It was
Kansas by
off.
1 point in that critical Game 4, and that came after LA was awarded a 3-pointer at halftime. It was clearly after the buzzer.
And as we conclude the 3rd quarter, pretty much a blowout. It's been a one-sided affair. Toronto ahead, running away with it. We'll be back.
That hurt.
In your costume, it's Halloween.
I hope some people watch this because the most of my reviews I've ever gotten is 20, so I kind of want to up that up because we're getting more and more subscribers.
And Steve, we've got a moment here to go to our State Farm assist of the game, coming on some very clever point guard play.
Well, he mans that position for a reason, Kevin, because he passes the ball so well, sets up his teammates beautifully, really gets this offense into a nice rhythm.
Delivering the pass important, but putting the pass in the right place for shooters, as you well know, is huge.
Yeah, no question.
And so in the game for the Hawks, we've got Bogdanovich. Foyle is out there with McGignauer. Then there's Muhammad.
Oh my
And at the
god.
Obvious foul. Yeah, he took a hit right there and earned those free throws.
No, he did. He doesn't hurt anything.
Here's the scoring breakdown for the Raptors.
Guys, the passing we've seen from them has been tremendous. Very unselfish.
And they're also really getting out in transition and scoring some hoops in the fast break tonight.
He hits the second from the line.
Well, it's been a bit of a
Muhammad.
roller coaster the last couple of years for Shabazz Muhammad. First, he was deemed ineligible to play at UCLA, but that decision was reversed. only costing him 7 or 8 games. And another controversy was made known that he lied about his age. And he got kicked out of the NBA's rookie orientation program. And hopefully that stuff's behind him, and now he can just focus on basketball.
Ridnour kicks to Foy. From 12 feet out, and he knocks down the jumper.
Well, I never got to compete in a dunk contest, but I've seen more than a few at All-Star Weekend. It's just amazing what players today can do in the air. Still, I think my favorite dunker of all time was Julius Erving. Watching him in transition is just a thing of beauty.
You know, it's a plus to get good looks in the paint, and when you can get them, you got to score them.
Hello?
Nash against Ridnour, and Moultrie takes the foul.
Moultrie. I don't even know who you are, so.
Hawks making a switch here. Duncan's checked in. One minute now into this fourth quarter. Smith dishes to Muhammad. Pass to Bogdanovic. 5 on the clock. Three-pointer, Ridnour, and he gets it to go. Clark dunks are becoming increasingly more complex, whether they're in game or during events.
Well, the athleticism of the players is just off the charts over the last 2+ decades. So just about everybody, no matter what their size, when you look at NBA guys, can throw it down. And, you know, Steve mentioned his favorite dunker. Mine would have to be Dominique Wilkins.
Mine is Vince Carter. That's my favorite dunker.
Sideways.
No, Michael Jordan. I'd have to go with Michael Jordan. I have to go to Michael Jordan.
Well, you know, Michael Jordan, Vince Carter, guys can go on and on.
They just named both of them. Wow.
Guys, high flyers for sure.
And that's why teams emphasize the use of screens and picks, just to get you some open looks like that one.
Livingston, no luck.
Well, there's a reason he's open out there. The defense not really respecting his ability to make that shot.
Ridnour, that's good.
Wow. It's
They
perfect.
found the touch here in the second half from the field.
I didn't know. I thought shooting guard could shoot.
This game is still about making shots. You got to put the ball in the basket. That's the bottom line. And they found a way to do it here in the second half.
Finding the open man every trip down the floor.
Certainly seems like he's doing that, Steve. I mean, it's been a great passing day for him.
And it's blocked by Muhammad. Now, here's Nash. Defense right on him. Lays it in without an inch of room around him. Nash has got 10 points in just the second half.
I can do 2 and 3. I'll do 2 and 3.
Ridnour against Nash. That doesn't go either for Ridnour.
He operates pretty well in traffic, guys, but that was a tough play to finish off.
Livingston, no luck. The Hawks have gone 4 of 7 from the field since the beginning of the fourth. Ridnour kicks to Duncan. That's good. And it's Ridnour picking up the assist. 8 points for Duncan. Toronto's gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the fourth. Nash drives in. Pass to Moultrie. He kicks it to Dunley.
How about I do 3 and 2?
Off the mark. For Atlanta, they've gone 5 of 8 shooting as we've come down the home stretch in this final quarter.
Boy, he picked him out brilliantly with that feed inside.
Well, if you're just tuning in, welcome. We've got about 3.5 minutes gone here in the fourth quarter. Nash, the pass to Dunleavy.
You know, we saw some coach turnover heading into the season, but nothing like a year ago when there were 13 changes of NBA coaches. I think that was a record, or if not, it was really close to one. Even winning coaches were getting let go. A lot of new NBA owners are coming in, and in some ways, it is a changing of the guard, quite honestly.
The Raptors have gone 6 of 9 on their field goal attempts since the start of the fourth quarter. There's 1:54 left in the fourth quarter of this one. From the arc, and he gets it to go.
Let's go.
That puts a cherry on top, so to speak. That's been a phenomenal showing for them.
All over but the winding now, Steve.
Here's Ridnour. Works a big high bounce and goes in. Ridnour's got 9 points in the quarter.
Well, he's been a real positive factor for them today, although, you know, as a team, they've had a lot of negatives mixed in there as well.
Nash kicks to Livingston. Here's Moultrie, and it's good, assisting on the play with Livingston.
And we head to the final. Buffalo go in the books as a really gaudy win for the Raptors.
But Steve, you know, you don't see this kind of a blowout often. But tonight, this is a quality win across the board to deliver out Clark this kind of punishment to.
Well, you know what? I thought they did a nice job of playing against the game. They kept the pressure on and clearly were dominant in every area.
And it'll go down as their first official win of the new year.
And what should be an exciting 4-game season series between these two teams, they have to feel great about taking this first one tonight against the Hawks.
Fantastic show put on. What an amazing game all around it was for Kyle Lowry. Every time there was a big possession or big play, he was contributing in some manner. Just a great game for him.
Here's Nash. 46 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. He dishes it to Moultrie. Back to Nash. Ridenour with the steal. And here we go. Muhammad heading to the hoop. Finished off the break.
Looks like they're going to finish strong, but there just aren't enough ticks left on the clock.
Well, Steve, it's a good run they're having now, but they just waited too long to have it.
Nash outside. And the Raptors hit again from deep.
Well, this is going to seal the deal. They've really exploded here to the finish line.
You know, once they sniffed out that blood in the water, the killer instinct came right out.
Smith with a screen on Nash. Ridenour dishes to Smith. Here's Muhammad. And that one goes long.
Looked like he rushed that one, guys. The defense was out of position. He was wide open.
I only saw it was 8 minutes. I thought it was 8, so I thought
Here's
it was...
Bogdanovich off target. And so Toronto.
Yes, I'm here with Kevin Garnett and KG. How was the motor ignited?
Goodbye, stream. See you another day. Goodbye.